Liverpool 3, Sheffield United 1. Quite the game today. Sheffield United technically didn't score today because Bradley got that. But we're going to quickly review the match, or try to quickly review the match and get it over and done with. But there's a little bit to say. We're going to be rating our players, etc. And so firstly, what do you think of the match?
I think we have to. The first thing to say is that Sheffield United came to Anfield and they gave us a game. They didn't roll over like they did against Arsenal. They deserve a bit of credit today, I think. Although it was an own goal, a goal is a goal. And I think Bradley, it was poor from Bradley in the fact that Sheffield United did cause us problems, especially early on in the game. They deserve full credit. But we did what Liverpool usually do and turned on the what's it called in the car? The engine. Yeah, turned on the engine second half and really went for it, because I think that goal really did give us a wake-up call. And the subs, although I was a bit annoyed about Salah coming off, which we'll get into a little bit, I think the subs were right, and we have to give Klopp credit, and the players came on, like Gakpo with the goal, which is going to really increase his confidence, and Robertson with the assist.
Yeah. Right, well, firstly, I think we should just start right at the back. We'll start with Quivin Kelleher. I thought Kelleher, for the most part, had a good game. I suppose he didn't really do anything wrong. I don't think he could have done too much getting that Bradley own goal. For that, he didn't really face anything. He made 3 saves, facing an XG of 1.01. So for Kelleher, I'll give him a 7. He didn't really do anything wrong, and he did everything right that he could do. But the Sheffield, they just didn't do much, really.
I slightly disagree. I think 7.5 for me, because I'd do the 0.5s. I think he was pretty good. I think when we needed him, he was there, and maybe you might have just forgot because it was very early on in the game, but he made a very important save in the first few minutes. I don't think he's at fault for Bradley's goal, although he has been a bit dubious in them sort of position with the ball going through his legs. That could just be him being caught unlucky, but I thought brilliant from Kelleher today. 7.5.
Right. Well, we're gonna try to get this team as get through it as quick as possible for retention's sakes. We can't be talking about a one specific player for 20 minutes. But Bradley, we'll go to Bradley. Yeah, I thought Bradley had a poor performance today. I think he definitely created a lot of chances and he was in good positions attacking wise, but I think defensively he was really poor today. And he made a lot of wrong decisions, whether it was positioning or certain passes in that Liverpool half. So for me, I got to give him just a 3.5 today. I didn't think he was great.
I'm going to give him a 4. I think his defensive positioning was not there. I think his work rate is always there. He gets it, Bradley. He understands what it means to play for Liverpool, but I think he will have better days. He's a young player. People forget, because of the amount of games he's played for us, that he's still a youngster that was playing in League One last season. Yeah. He'll have better days. 4 for Bradley today.
4 from Bradley. I thought Konate had a great game today. I'm going to just rush into this now, and I'll give Konate an 8. I thought he was really, really good today. Just as good as Verge. That pretty much spoils that. We'll do the partnership, because I think they were equally good as each other. So for me, Konate and Van Dijk, both with 8s today. I thought they were quite solid. Sheffield United couldn't really do anything really against us. They just held off for quite a while.
I don't have a lot to say about either of them. I thought they both did their jobs well. They weren't at fault for the goal, and at the end of the day, without that mistake at the back for the goal for Sheffield United, we would have kept a clean sheet. So I'm giving them both a 7. Verge nearly scored a good goal, and Konate gave us a bit of a scare, but he's okay, thankfully.
And I thought Gomez had a really good game today as well.
Nearly scored again.
But he's dribbling through a lot of players today. There's some things that he did today that I just thought was so impressive. He's whipped so many balls in today as well, creating so many chances, and so I thought he was fantastic as well. So I'll have to give him an 8.5 today. I thought he was really, really great, which is obviously surprising, because I was not happy with this overall performance from Liverpool. But we'll get into that probably why. But yeah,
slightly disagree. But I think Gomez didn't do anything wrong. 7.5 for me. I don't think he did anything special. I think it was just another standard, solid, good performance at left back from Gomez.
Yeah. Moving on to Gravenberch. I think Gravenberch found a lot of great positions today. He does need to work on his first touch and maybe a little bit of his shooting.
His final touch as well.
Yeah, but I did think he had a decent game today, so I'll give him a 6. He didn't make too much of an impact, but I really praise him for his dribbling. I think he really finds some great positions. It's just that last thing that he does is not always the right thing.
I predicted Gravenberch would score today, and he didn't quite do that, and he didn't play a lot of the game. But I thought Gravenberch, he weren't bad. He just annoys. It just annoys me. A bit like McAllister, he isn't. We always get scared that he's going to be injured. Just a 6.5 for me. It's just a standard performance, but decorated with a bit of sprinkled on top.
McAllister, our man of the matches today. I'm going to get into it straight away, and I'm going to give him a 9. Thought he was absolutely brilliant today. Which I probably have to lower Gomez to an 8 if I'm giving him a 9. I thought McAllister was fantastic today, defensively, moving forward, creating those chances again, getting back, scoring a goal.
We were a bit worried at the start because he made a couple of mistakes in the first couple of minutes, but
that for me brings it down. It's not a flawless performance.
Me and you had a debate, which is in the video, that if him and Rodri in his season. We obviously disagree, but that doesn't take away from the fact McAllister was flawless yet again. Not quite as good as Brighton, but you're judging him in really good standards there. Again, it's a 9 from me because I don't think you could have asked much more from the man. He defended well. He scored the winner, as it was at the time, and it was a fantastic winner. So McAllister, yet again, incredible.
Brilliant, yeah. And Szoboszlai, again, I feel like Szoboszlai gets overlooked by a lot of people. I think he's fantastic again today, making the runs. He's creating a lot of chances. The reason why I don't think you recognise Szoboszlai a lot of the time is because he's creating these chances but isn't the last passer. He did that against Brighton, that brilliant pass to McAllister. McAllister then Salah scores. It's things like that Szoboszlai has been doing a lot recently. And that for me, I thought he had a great game today. So I'll give him a 7.5 just because you can't really fault the defense today besides Bradley. But we should have had so many goals today, and that's got to come from somewhere. And I think if you're going to choose one other midfielder to say he could have maybe done a little bit more, I'll say Szoboszlai. So I'll give him a 7.5.
I agree with the rating. I think Szoboszlai is sort of, I wouldn't say struggled apart from in a few games, but his standards have definitely dropped from the very start of the season. But today was one of his better games, and I think if he can carry on running on that to the end of the season, that'll be a very successful first season in a red shirt.
Yeah. And moving over to Diaz. Diaz was actually my second favourite player on the pitch today. So for that, I'm going to immediately give him an 8.9.
8.9?
Yeah, just because I gave McAllister a 9, didn't I?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got to give him an 8.9 because, again, Diaz got an assist today, but so many of the dribbles. Today he's dribbled past so many players today. I thought he was absolutely fantastic, breaking up that Sheffield United defence, even midfield. I thought he was everywhere today, and I thought he was, almost just as good as McAllister. Maybe he could have scored a goal, but, I thought he was brilliant today.
8 for me because I think Diaz, he did what you wanted a winger to do, and that is to create chances, dribble. He obviously got the assist, which brings him up, and the fact that it was, what was it, the first? No, not the first. Which one did he assist? Second one. Yeah.
McAllister.
I think Diaz has been on fire lately, and it's another game where you can say, I've been impressed with Diaz today. Not quite as full of praise for him as you are, but an 8 for me.
And Darwin Núñez, I thought Darwin Núñez had a good game again today. Obviously, he got a goal. Again, some of the dribbles, some of the passes that he'd make just kind of impact the game very subtly. But I'll give him a 7 today. I think it was good, but nothing outstanding. But I'm happy with his performances of recent time.
I'm going to give him a 7.5. I know it's just a lucky goal, but in a way he caused that goal because of his work on the training ground and what Klopp's told him to do about pressing. That won't leave him now, and the fact that he scored from that goal, that someone maybe like Diaz may not have scored from that kind of goal. It was poor from the Sheffield United goalkeeper, don't get me wrong, but the fact that he's managed to press to get there, and he's done a really nice goal, and he didn't go invisible, but he wasn't as effective as usual. 7.5 for me. He did annoy me a little bit annoyed you a lot more than me. But, it's a good game from Darwin. He's been doing this recently, and I'm impressed.
Yeah. Salah's going to be a really quick one. I'll give Salah a 7. There's some passes he made today that were just blew me away. Just how he picks out some of these passes. It's just unfortunate he got subbed off in the 60th minute. So I'll give him a 7.
I agree with you at 7, but I also want to say with Salah, I feel like Salah would have had a much better game if he was given more time. And I'm happy with the players that came on. However, I don't agree with Jones maybe coming on because it may be a bit too soon. And the fact that Salah, there's no need to rest him. He's fine. And he played well. Played well enough to carry on. So I disagree with him coming off, but 7, yeah.
Now moving on to substitutes. We're not going to do all the substitutes. I think we're going to miss out on Jones. We're not going to give him anything. But we will speak on... I thought Harvey, very quick one to get out. I thought Harvey was about a 6. He impacted the game, but again, in more subtle ways. Very quickly, Harvey...
6, because Harvey Elliott, he usually does much better coming off the bench, but there's not a lot he could have done today. So just simple 6.
Yeah.
It's nothing bad from Harvey.
And Andrew Robertson, we're going to go to Robertson. I thought Robertson was fantastic when he came on. But again, coming on the 60th minute, how much of an impact can you have in a game to warrant certain ratings? So for me, 7.5, but I thought he was really good today.
I think Robertson could have scored at one point. There was a chance where he could have scored, which is something which we're used to now with Robertson, where he's not the most reliable at shooting range, but... He got a good assist. He had a decent performance. We didn't really notice much of a difference when Gomez came off for Robertson to go in left back. So, yeah, 7.5 for me.
Yep, and finally, Cody Gakpo. I thought Cody Gakpo had a really good game, just as good as Robertson for me. Had a really good header. Some of the runs he made today, getting quick feet, getting through 3 or 4 players. Finding the passes, I thought Gakpo made a really good return today to remind people that he is a player of quality. So yeah, 7.5 for me, and yeah.
I'd like to give Gakpo an 8, and he has rightfully received criticism recently for blanked performances where he's not been good enough, specifically the United game, and obviously last weekend he wasn't great, only getting a yellow card. But I think he's come back today, like you said, returned. He's scored a goal. He's put a good all-round performance out there, and no one should be saying that they want Gakpo to be sold in the summer because he's a good rotational player. People are forgetting he's not Darwin Núñez. He didn't cost us 80 million. He's a very good rotational player, and he proved that today again.
Yeah. Well, Jurgen Klopp, I'll give him a 6. Again, I just... it's hard to give a manager like Klopp a rating on a game like today because I can't really say did anything wrong. It's just our players are so good and our squad depth is so good. It doesn't matter who Klopp brings on; they're always going to have some kind of impact. So I'll just give him a 6, just because I don't even think it was a managerial decision that won the game today. I just think it's our squad depth.
I'd like to give him a 7.5 because I like the decision of playing Gravenberch and a couple of the others, but bringing off Salah brings it down for me. I'm not a big Mo Salah fanboy. It's just I think he deserved better today. And yeah, good performance, good off Klopp. One of his last home games, and regardless of what he does to the end of the season, we're going to miss him very, very much.
Yes, we are. Well, that's it for today. Again, a good game. Could have been a lot better. We definitely redeemed ourselves in that second half of the second half. But yeah, no, decent overall performance. It was quite decent, but individuals I thought were really good.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you for watching. Instagram, everything's down below. Subscribe for more football videos and reactions, and yeah. And if you haven't checked out the reaction, go check out the reaction on the channel.
Playlist with all of them that we've done.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much.